Hello everyone, I am Jess from Studio Ballet Evolution. Welcome to your ballet journey. I am so excited to be here with you today. So today we're going to be working on the positions of the feet and the legs. So we're going to start with the feet. As you can see, I'm in bare feet today. So we really want to start understanding the contact of the floor. So you want to feel that under the soles of your feet, it's really soft. So a great way to do that is to either put your foot on a really soft blanket or carpet and just feel how it feels on the bottom of your foot. The bottom of your foot is really important because it sends information up to your central nervous system and helps us with our alignment and posture. So if we're tensing our foot, then that tension is going to go up the body. The other thing is the tripod. So our big toe, our pinky, and our heel, we want to feel all three in contact with the floor, and it makes kind of like a triangle or a tripod. So really important. The last thing, we don't want to do what we call ballet called rolling. So you don't want to be rolling your foot forward. We want to feel that there's a nice lift here. When I teach little children, I tell them to make a little mouse hole. So we call this our mouse hole. So you want to make sure there's a gentle lift, no tension, but a gentle lift up while the rest of the foot is softening into the floor. We're going to move on to the placement of the feet and the legs. So before we do that, we are going to work on posture, which is a very big part of ballet. So we're going to imagine that we're in a shallow basin of water, and you're going to be absorbing all that water through your feet, through the legs, especially the back of the legs, through your core, through your spine, up through your cervical spine and top, and then from the top of your head, you can have a beautiful waterfall, and that water is going to trickle down and then be reabsorbed by your feet, and you have this beautiful continuous circle of energy. So that is something we want to be using throughout our whole ballet journey. So we're always thinking of that feeling of melting into the floor, lengthening through the spine, that beautiful waterfall feeling. Excellent. So we also want to feel our pelvis is in alignment. So we're going to be at 12 o'clock, and I want you to visualize that you have car headlights. We want those car headlights to always be facing the road, right? We don't have our car headlights going down or up, always facing the road. And then we also want to feel as if we're against a wall. So we want to have our shoulders behind our pelvis and that beautiful lengthening feeling and that fountain feeling going through the body. So this would be a proper alignment. So we're going to do the positions of the feet, focusing on that alignment through the body. So this is what we call sixth position. Feet together, lengthen through the spine, and we're going to learn a demi-plie. We're going to bend our knees and come up straight. So when we are bending, we want to make sure that pelvis stays neutral, right? Not here, not there. I like to visualize a teacup on the head, on the top of your head, helps us to stay nice and straight. Good. And another thing I focus on with our students is moving from the back of the legs. So you want to imagine you're moving from the back of the legs and sitting in a chair. You don't want to be gripping in our quads and kind of going forward. So that nice lengthened feeling through the core and moving from the back of the legs. Fantastic. So before we move on to first position, I want to explain turnout. So turnout is such a huge part of ballet. We cannot turn out if we are gripping. So we want to make sure that we're never gripping in our hips and that there's a nice softness in the hip socket. So here, I like to visualize that we're moving from the back of the leg, the hamstring, and then a beautiful rotation out. I find when we do that, we have a greater range of motion and no tension. A nice image is the image of French doors. So imagine you're grabbing those handles and then opening the door. So it's the same thing with your legs. So we're going, imagine the back of your leg where your hamstring and everything is the back, is the handle, and you're moving from the back of the door and rotating. So we have that rotation from the back, and then it travels through the inner thigh and rotates out with no tension. Good. So now we're going to do a little first position, a little V. We want to make sure that our hips are facing 12 o'clock, and this is what we call first position. Remember the tripod, big toe, pinky, and heels, and melting under the feet, and we're going to do a demi-plie. So from the back of the legs, then that beautiful rotation, we're going to bend and come straight up, not losing that teacup. Fantastic. Now we're going to learn second position. So second position is about the width of your shoulders and hips, and make sure that you're in a position that's comfortable. We don't want to be turning up from the ankles. Do you see how I'm rolling and my knees going forward? Make sure it's your second position, rotating from the whole leg, right? Good. So once you find your second position, we're going to lengthen through our spines and we're going to do a demi-plié from the back of the legs in that beautiful rotation. And come up. It's good to practice slow. Give your brain time to digest the information. So slow is good. Now we're going to go back to our first position and then we're going to go to third position. So you're going to put the one heel in front of the other. So the front leg comes in front of the other heel. And this is what we call third position. We're going to do a plie. You cannot go as low in third position. Don't try to go too low and go back. It's a plie, demi-plié is not about going low, it's about wide. We're trying to be as wide with our knees as possible and as long through the body. So we have that nice fountain feeling, opening and coming back. Make sure your knees are tracking over your toes. It's great to do this in front of a mirror. Good. Now let's do the other side. Go back to our first, bring the other heel in front. Make sure we're at 12 o'clock and the hips are in front, lengthening through the spine. And we're going to do another demi-plié. And come up nice and slow. Wonderful. Oh, just a side note, if you don't have a bar, you can use a chair, you can use a countertop. Some of my students even use laundry racks, so whatever you have works just fine. I hope you found this video useful. Feel free to subscribe to our channel.